Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 2. Here is our Arcana for the day. I have an argument to maybe equip this, but I don't think I have a good way of giving up without maybe sacrificing death, and I think I'm not at the point in my playthrough where I feel confident enough to do that. We are going to level up Pan once just for this run. Your specials now shoot 3 extra shots.
Reveal your secrets.
When we do our Omega special specifically. And we are going to be taking 2 levels of Rivals. I think I can handle Rivals Eris all right.
Time to retrace my steps.
That said, this is still going to be a hot mess of a run. It'll hopefully be better than the last run, admittedly. Last run I was just, well, more on that in a second. Let's talk to Hestia first.
To Kronos, eh? One moment it's the same old war, and then the next he shows up on our mountain all contrite. I know you witches can be serious, but this was well past what I reckoned you could do.
All right, let's see. Really wanted her special, I think, so we can stack Scorch really fast. I guess her attack isn't a bad option, but I think I'm gonna risk a reroll and hope we get it. We got it. Okay, we'll rarefy that. All right, 45 per special. Let's stack. I think that'll give us a lot of damage. My plan is to hopefully find a certain pretty potent, what's it called? A pretty potent duo boon of hers with Zeus and get Zeus's attack if I can. And then we actually the hammer, that's what I'm thinking of, the pretty potent hammer. We never got it on, we haven't gotten it yet on previous runs, but Trick Knives is a hammer that we always want to see if we can get it. It is insanely strong on pretty much every build you could ask for, and if we get it I will show you why. But it is definitely my favorite hammer on this weapon as a whole. Let's see. Dancing Knives, Trick Knives, we did get it. Okay, so let's read all of these though. Sure Shot Flurry, each Omega Special fires shot dead ahead and has 30% range. That would make this build really safe. Your specials deal 15% damage and each bounce hits 2 more foes. That could be really good for AoE and more damage, but I want to do Trick Knives. It's such a fun hammer. Your Dash Strike also fires 3 specials at once in a fan pattern. So basically, it lets us, I would presume, let us stack up Scorch really fast. Works extremely well on things like Blitz. Let's see. Do we see Zeus? We do not see Zeus on this run. I could re-roll a god. I'm definitely taking that double HP, that second Hestia room. We are going to be looking for Glowing Coal, of course, because since we're building around the Omega Special, it's going to do a ton of damage. Ares is Ares, Poseidon is Poseidon, so both of those don't really appeal to me. I could really see Apollo's magic gain being good for us. I guess Poseidon's magic gain wouldn't be bad here either. Selene is kind of meh, and so is Hermes, honestly, so we don't really have a lot of options, so I'll definitely be re-rolling some doors. I say, let's go lock in a second Hestia and see what we get.
A barricade bars passage to the docks beyond the city square, leaving the denizens of the city of Aphira confined to their ruinous environs.
Actually, I'll go for Apollo first.
Even if it takes every shade in this city.
Because Apollo offers his dash and his magic gain, and both of those are very solid for me on this build, I would say, so I feel confident that that is a reasonable option. I guess getting AoE up on the attack isn't a bad option, but I think there are better attack boons for this. I'm inclined to think Trick Knives will trigger Blitz almost immediately. Let's see, if I go into a dash attack, how much does that do? Yeah, that definitely would trigger Blitz, so I think that's the way to go. We're gonna go for a Zeus boon on the attack and have a really strong scaling Scorch build towards the end of this run. How did we miss you over here, sir? All right, 1 Apollo boon, dash or magic, please.
We're now working to prevent even the possibility that Typhon could have overwhelmed us here, and the Titan's forces are somehow part of this new plan. Well, if you're in, I'm in. Should make my evenings more exciting for a bit.
Alrighty, let's see. Attack, Lucid Gain, we take that. All right, we gain 40 magic every time we use our cast. And we only maximum use 24 magic per special, Omega Special, and that's assuming we fully charge it, which, since I'm building around Trick Knives, I very well may not even be doing so. Okay, so we've got 2 gods locked in. I don't want Ares. I don't really want Poseidon. We'll go for the max HP first. We'll get the Hestia boon, and then we'll start re-rolling some rooms.
Let's see.
I don't know why I had to look there. Anyway, so last episode I was a combination of sleep deprived, hyped up on coffee. Oh, that is very pretty. Okay, that was kind of really cool. Not helpful to our killing enemies, but very aesthetically pleasant. Hi, Artie.
Just watch your aim.
We do have a lot of early game damage with the Scorch build, and if we get Pyrotechnic, we'll be burning enemies very quickly. Anyway, so not to mention, honestly, the aspect of Selene is a really rough weapon to run up not fully upgraded. I now know. Like, I didn't realize that until having to have done that run, but my goodness, that was such a rough run. You basically are just playing without a weapon aspect. You're just playing with base code, which if I had realized, I would have built differently and played safer, and it would have been fine, but I didn't, and so I got punished very heavily.
I meant to thank you, since our woods and mountains are no longer likely to be crushed beneath the monster's foot or slithering appendages. That's been a big relief.
Oh, anytime. I wouldn't have liked being crushed that way either. Sounds like Lord Zeus and Queen Hera had some contingency in mind that was best avoided.
Please tell me what it is. I want to know.
Our woods and mountains would have been in even worse shape then. Your ways shook father and stepmother up a bit. The power to destroy immortals and all that. But it's best they respect you. That's how you get them to be nice.
Everyone knows how they be. Alright, Lethal Snare. Your foes in your cast may take critical damage from your attacks. A piercing arrow fires towards any foe damaged by your Omega cast. Or just free crit. I'm going to take one of these two just so we can get the prophecy fulfilled, but... I guess I am going to be using my attack, so we'll take Lethal Snare. I'm definitely not using the Omega cast.
Strength is yours.
And I forgot to give her a Nectar before she wanders off, so unfortunately, bye Artemis. Well, I'm not going to complain about the free Artemis boon, plus 50 HP. That's a really good, just wombo for us. All right, Hestia it is, and then we'll start re-rolling for Zeus. Worst case scenario, I honestly wouldn't say no to a Hephaestus boon. Hephaestus is pretty good here just for defensive purposes. Aphrodite I could make a strong reasoning for too. Her attack would be very good damage for us, and then on top of that, her cast is very solid, and she has a bunch of really good supporting boons. So all around, I think Aphrodite, I'd say Zeus first, Aphrodite second, as far as who I want to see, and then Hef third. Controlled burn is here on the table. Do I want anything else? No, we take controlled burn very gladly. We'll try and palm it up a little bit, and we'll just get a whole bunch of damage on that Omega special going. Sounds good. All right, so last episode I was trying to talk about how lovely this last week with Kiwi has been, and regrettably, that was just a train wreck of not slept enough to focus between my commentary and what was going on the screen, and what was going on the screen being exorbitantly difficult because again, Aspect of Selene, I thought I knew how I was going to build around it, and then got pretty heavily hurt by thinking I could do that. All right, I guess it doesn't really matter which chamber I reroll. I know there's an optimal way to do this in terms of shorter rooms for speed running, but I don't know how that works, and I don't particularly care to find out when I'm still doing my casual runs. When we get further into the game and I learn a bit more about Hades 2's mechanics as a whole, I'll care about it there. But I love Trick Knives. It's such a fun. It feels so good. It's just an instant burst for every dash attack you do. And oh man, if we get, honestly, I'm becoming more and more attracted to the idea of Aphrodite on this build because Rapture Ring would be insane. Nova Strike don't want. Blinding Rush, honestly, I will not complain about Apollo's dash here. Inflicting Daze gives us some survivability, gives us a faster dash. It doesn't put damage on the dash, but that's okay. Our damage comes from the hammer, frankly. Like, look at that, we're bursting most enemies. Granted, things get really tanky very quickly. Anyway, so we have had a delightful week, Kiwi. We crocheted a bunch together, we read together, we're reading a book called Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I will probably dedicate a whole episode to that at some point, because my goodness, that book is making me feel. It's a story about kind of processing your life after death and coming to terms with what you did or what you even didn't do, frankly, and kind of, it's also about letting go and finding understanding and being seen. And if Kiwi and I there are different aspects of the story that are resonating with different parts of Kiwi and I, but all in all, it is definitely a story that has really good, funny humor. The main character is kind of a Kiwi and I have started calling him a bit of a petty bitch, and it's really funny how they write him. Let's see, Backburner. Foes with Daze take more damage if struck from behind. That does sound appealing here. Double damage for back attacks. I mean, it's not going to work on Typhon, but everyone else it'll do solid damage to, and it'll make the floors a bit easier. I don't want to reroll on Apollo. I want to reroll on either Hestia or Zeus, so we'll take it. We'll take it. We need one more room, I think? Yeah, one more room. We'll reroll Poseidon here, and we get Hera. Honestly, I could see Hera's attack working for me. I'll take it. I'll take her. I think I'm just gonna take what gods are given at this point, and I think Final God. I'm really I think rather than Zeus, let's go Aphrodite. I think Aphrodite would work really well on this build. Obviously, Blitz is busted, but it's fine. Let's not depend on every win to have Zeus carry us, you know? So I guess I still think I want Aphrodite's cast, so we'll go attack here.
Truly rid us of that blasted Typhon. Never have we faced such an overwhelming threat, and all we could do was keep him at bay. Now we have the upper hand again because of you, my dear.
Alternatively, if I got Fine Line, I'd take that probably. Well, there it is. Ooh, but ooh, okay, Bridal Glow. What could that hit? That could hit our dash, which would be awful. It could hit our special, which is fine. It could hit Controlled Burn, which would be absurdly good. Or it could hit our special, which is also really good. Or Lethal Snare, which is whatever. I'm gonna risk it because it's just so funny looking. Okay. One random boom becomes heroic and gets 3 extra levels. Please, 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 please. It hit our cast, or it hit our magic regain, which I guess we're never gonna have to worry about spamming our projectiles. We'll definitely go a Fine Line build then. It's not the end of the world. It's certainly not what we needed the most of, frankly, but it will work for us nonetheless. And we get a free palm. Okay, or garlic then palm, I suppose. All right, so what do I want to put this on? We did not get it to hit Controlled Burn, so I'll just put it on the special. That is fine. Scorch just does so much damage. So, been really enjoying reading that book and feeling a lot of things with you, Kiwi. And then, more recently, we just had a whole day dedicated to cleaning. We were... Honestly, like, it was very productive. Our kitchen and our downstairs bathroom are the best they've looked in a very long time. I will take this HP, I think. I could definitely stand to be a little tankier. Well, we won't rush it because I want to be able to afford a shop boon, but that should set us up nicely for future floors. The more HP we get early, the more future-proof the run is going to be. Oh, I guess I have to drink from the fountain. I mean, fair enough. It would be a shame to have not gotten that free HP. Hey, Heracles. Oh, hey, look who showed up. Okay, she heard we wanted her, and she is here. Do I take anything else? We'll buy the armor too, just to be a little safer.
In the name of Hades.
All right, Flutter Strike 80. Oh, you could have bought it faster. Do I take the attack now, or do I take the cast? The cast will make it easier to burst down trash mob rooms. We are set up for origination already, so I guess... I don't know, both of these are really good options for us. I think... Actually, all 3 of these are amazing. I will take Rapture Ring because I think that will help us the most for dealing with the hard parts of the later floors.
To mighty Heracles. Sometimes I wonder whom else you provide for, my lord. Not that you'd say.
Not to mention it sets us up good for origination even if we can't already get it, and it will apply weak, which means we'll take less damage, which is helpful for the boss fight. I'm always a proud proponent of deal more damage, kill things faster is the best defense in this game, and I still maintain that thought, so the attack would have been better here, but I think I'm pretty happy with this arrangement too.
Your service to the Titan Kronos is complete, Cyclops. His war against Olympus is ended if you've not already heard. I hold no enmity toward you. Be on your way.
I was just wondering how come I haven't gotten paid. Thought maybe my shepherding hasn't been up to snuff.
Didn't realize he was actually on the payroll for Kronos here.
Kronos was compensating you for tending sheep. I thought you were supposed to be guarding the city gates.
What do you even know about it? You really think I'm gonna leave my flock now, after all we've been through? And I can always earn my meal ticket some other way.
Alright, so let's see how much damage our Omega Special does here. Pretty solid, and not incredible, but definitely solid, and the Scorch is adding up extremely fast. We're not clearing it faster than we're applying it, which is the one downside to the nature of this build at present, but like, look at us, we're melting him, quite literally. He's on fire after all. Oh, let's not touch the poison. You did spawn, I was like, did you spawn friends? I figured he would have. Yeah, so I think Rapture Ring is gonna do us just fine here. And everything else is too. I'm surprised I didn't take any damage there, frankly. Icky spots, hold on. Okay, friends are dead. How did that guy Luigi his way through the damage there? Stood still, didn't take any damage. Okay, there we go. And now we should be good. Just focus on not taking more damage than I need to, and applying Scorch as rapidly as I can. Rapture Ring groups up all these enemies, lets us get them hit by Scorch and the... Well... Oh gosh, yeah, I didn't think I was going to avoid that. We're fine, though. We are not taking much damage at all. Oh, hello. Thankfully, the poison damage isn't that too bad unless it gets really stacked up on us, and I don't think it gets stacked, actually. More so like I get caught by too many of it or let it tick for too long. Nothing I can do about that. Somehow I did dodge that, though, which is kind of nuts. I saw him going for that grab there. I'm playing it a little safe. I don't really need to, necessarily, but I think Trick Knives just finishes him here. Wait for his animation for this to play out, and we finish him with a Omega Special, and take a hit anyway. There we go. A little bit messy. Mostly just trying to figure out how to reliably use my dash attack, it seems, because if I dash and then attack... Oh, it does work. It feels like there's a cooldown on that. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Alright. I guess I just wasn't... I have to get the timing down, because there's a little bit of a rhythm to it, it seems. No matter. A pretty clean with Fira, all things considered. Certainly we are looking pretty strong. Hestia, of course, is just doing what Hestia does best. We're going to lock in the Aphrodite keepsake here, I think, and look for her attack, look for spiritual affirmation, look for anything that buffs just about everything we have, frankly. And then I think that's good. I did drink from here. Good. Okay, so we're never going to run out of magic with maxed out heroic lucid gain.
Onward.
So I can absolutely stack some priming boons or add magic consumption to Omega Move
Rift,
boons.
The mountain of the gods.
I think mostly that's going to be Fine Line from Hera. Hi, Tula.
Don't be afraid.
One day we will get pets in this game. I don't know when. It feels like it's really far off because I have not seen even an inkling of the opportunity.
Must want
I think
something to eat.
everyone just has so much to talk about that we're never going to get the opportunity, it feels. Anyway, I'm going to just mine this while everyone starts coming towards me. But the cool thing I forgot to mention about Trick Knives with this build is that the Trick Knives do get affected by Pan's homing effects. So it synergizes surprisingly well, and Rapture Ring locking everyone together means I can kind of run away, dash attack, and it'll still home in on enemies in the cast ring. It's quite powerful. But obviously with enemies clustered together, I want to dash into them and do the dash attack if I can. Because it just, look at that, it just instantly nukes their HP, and that's before we even have anything that really bumps up our damage. Aside from Origination, which arguably is all we need, frankly, it's just so much.
Clear.
Anyway, so we had a wonderful day of cleaning, very satisfying. We finally caught up on dishes, only to make a whole bunch the next day. More on that in a second. We organized our tea collection. Most of what we were crocheting, mind you, was us making little tea cozies for metal containers for which the tea bags could be stored in. And we just have a nice little set of blue and brown and black, I think, colored baskets made out of crochet, and it was really fun to learn some new crochet. It was my first time ever doing treble crochet with Kiwi. All right, Flutter Strike, 80% more damage. Did I forget to rarefy the Hestia? No, I did. I remembered. Okay, we're gonna rarefy the attack. That's 100%. We're dealing double damage on the attack now. Oh, hi Hermes. Thank you. Thank you very much. I do believe you're able to leave rooms. Or leave the ship. If you completed the area, you can leave before you pick up Hermes things and accidentally leave them behind, which I think is a little silly. I feel like they should prevent you from doing that. Like, do the little Selene look over here if you're trying to leave. Oh, we're getting everyone. I need to remember to give him his nectar this time, because he's another one like Artemis who we're not always guaranteed to see on every run, and I do want to try and get story characters built up, especially the ones that are harder to come by, like Icarus and Artemis and Heracles. They're common enough, mind you, but not common enough for me to, but less common than everyone else. I can't force them to show up, in other words. Hermes first, though.
Still has the matter of the three fates to be sorted out, so Gramps just sent them into exile and then entirely lost track? How are we supposed to find them if he can't?
Seems a little irresponsible when you put it that way, Hermes. All right, let's see. Travel deal is solid, hard target is whatever. Stutter Step actually would be pretty great for us since we're running a Trick Knives build. Travel deal is objectively the best option, but more dashing, sure.
Where have you been?
I forgot to give him a gift.
I've seen you here or anywhere in far too many nights. Something's off. I don't know what, but I think Kronos might be up to something new. His forces have been acting very strange.
It's actually fine. I saw that I had salute and talk. There was no option for a gift, so we're fine.
His forces have been acting very strange because Kronos abandoned his campaign. Icarus, our war is won. The House of Hades is restored. You'd not believe me if I told you how, but it's true.
I really like Icarus's theme. It's very fluttery in how they play with the flute. It gives me the feeling of flying, like whimsically flying. I'm glad. I was worried that they were going to keep the same theme as what Artemis had initially, because that's how it was in early access. So I'm glad he did get his own theme. And that doesn't surprise me. It's super giant polish after all, but still, I had to, at least at one point or another, question it.
Kronos has given up. Wait, what? No, but we just fought more of his forces here. You're really serious?
When am I not? The Titan of Time is changed. We were able to get through to him finally in the moment when his continued existence was on the line. I'm off to Olympus now, to make certain things are stable over there.
I can't believe it. Well, I mean, of course I can. You got him, finally! You did get him, didn't you? I don't know what to say. Have one of these?
He talks pretty fast. He's kind of like, he has a similar cadence to Hermes. I assume they're different voice actors, but I might have to check this later on. Let's see, protective coating. Special boon gains 3 levels, but you prime 35 magic. Hey, remember when I said that I wanted to maybe use some prime magic since we're never gonna run out? Well, there we are, 35 primed, but 3 extra levels on the special boon. We are gonna boop. We're gonna boop Scorch up so fast. I don't actually know if it's worth doing this because of how fast we are gonna be booping up Scorch, but I probably want to get at least 1 max magic at this point, just so that I can take some other primings. Or max HP versus coin. We are a little shy of a boon. And we have a Hermes offering here. I still think I go the HP because HP is just so objectively good for us here. I'm confident I will have enough damage at this point with just Trick Knives and Hestia on the attack, or Hestia on the special with Aphrodite's attack. We do a ton of damage up close, and we're very reliably getting origination going. So I think I prioritize just survivability at this point, and whatever else I can get on top of that is just icing, but it's not. It's that like kind of weird icing that you get at like store-bought cakes that's a little bit too bitter. It's like almost bitter or chalky in flavor. I mean, we do get a mystery boon. I'll take that, sure. Since I'm not likely going to be able to afford the one in the shop here anyway, that worked out really nicely for us. We were going to be a couple coins short. Unless there's a gold pot here, this was the objectively best option for us. Oh, well, never mind. I guess no matter what, we're getting a mystery boon. Oh no, Kiwi, it's another Zagreus. Oh, I really shouldn't do this. There's a forget-me-not over here. Meta progression or Zagreus fight. I kind of want to do the Zagreus fight. It's just so fun and terrifying and probably going to throw the run again, but let's do it.
All right, Zagreus. I accept these terms.
We need to at least get to the point in Zagreus where we can get its keepsake, because I have never gotten it in my main playthrough, but it is busted from what I understand.
There came a point in my security specialist career where my victories became too numerous to count. So thanks for last time, reminding me about defeat.
Yeah, I think we got to like 140-something win streak. So, yeah, it did get kind of too numerous to really want to count anymore.
You're very welcome. And likewise have my own defeats become a little less common recently. Though I don't know where that leaves us. Somebody always has to lose here.
Mel, I mean, our overall win rate is very high, but we did literally lose the fight after Zagreus in the last run, so I don't know what you're on about here.
The Shades would never tolerate it any other way. But let's make this a victory or defeat to never forget.
We're gonna run up, dash attack him, cast out, and run away. Here we go. I missed. Oops. This is fine. Here, come to me. Come to my cast. Or don't. Oh, gosh. All right, so I'm still gonna play relatively safe, all things considered. The issue with Zagreus is he's really bad about standing in your cast. And my dash attack doesn't seem to be going off. I need to be... Okay, there it went off. Why isn't it going off for me the way I expect it to?
Sister.
Brother! Oh, right, I forgot I do have Glowing Pole. I should probably use that more effectively. You saw that, right, Kiwi? I went to try and pick up his Bloodstone there. Force of habit. Genuinely force of habit. All right, we do have good damage. It's mostly just I know he hits us for 50s here, so I do have to be a little bit wary. We are going into Vow of Rivals Eris, which is a little scary, but honestly, compared to Scylla, she's not even close to threatening. Oh, he hit us. Okay, so he hits us with his cast and we take more damage. Classic boiling blood strategies from both Hades and Son of Hades. We'll still forever get these guys mixed up. This fight is a lot easier than the Black Coat was ever going to be. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on. Hi, brother. I'm just trying to keep Scorch tagged on him at all times if I can, even without the cast weakening him. Because we finish him right here. There we go. Phase 1 done. Just let the Scorch run him through. All right, now what we'll do is we'll run up here. Oh, he went invisible. Where are you? Where are you? I probably don't want to be standing still for this. There you are. Oh, hello. He caught us on the cleave there. I can't believe I dodged through that. Okay, I didn't dodge through that. Thankfully, Rapture Ring is reducing the damage we're taking. I saw that cast stone run towards him, so I figured it was gonna tell me where he was, but unfortunately, I'm not as clever as the game is. I felt clever for a second. He's a little out of sync with all these thrusts. It's the big sweeping slashes that I'm a little bit more scared of. But when he darknesses away, just classic Hades, clears his debuffs when he darknesses away. We're just doing dash attacks back and forth at each other, but my dash attack is way better. I have trick knives, bro.
Congratulations, Mininui, for I have deemed you blasted strong. Well above rather strong on my scale.
I would love to see what this scale looks like.
Thank you, brother. I try. Do you normally even win anything when you prevail in this place?
Do you normally even win anything? Yeesh.
Usually just darkness, but I do have something for you here. I've always wanted to give somebody one of these.
A keepsake of some sort?
The calling card,
Thank you.
okay.
Occupational hazard.
All right, so I don't fully know how Zagreus's keepsake works, but I think it's kind of the equivalent of any god's keepsake. It lets us stack up rarefies on a single item, or on a single boon. So we could take a common boon all the way to heroic if we wanted to. It just uses charges of the keepsake until we run out. It's kind of insane.
The stunned and elated onlookers of Elysium gaze upon the seldom-seen princess, having heard only the terrifying rumors of her fury, and paid witness to it all firsthand.
There is a pretty steep cost to activate it though, but we're not going to be messing around with Fate Swim for a little bit longer, not until our weapons are a bit more leveled up.
Had enough glory for one night?
That was quite the roar you gave there, Mel. Okay then.
Ow.
Ooh, right into a family dispute. That's kind of rude. Okay, so we can't get duos here. Hestia definitely offers us more for what we want, but I think Hestia is easier to deal with for these, so we'll take Apollo first. All right, Prominence Flare useless, Light Smite, I mean, a perfect image. We'll just take the 10% damage up when we don't take damage. Not incredible, but better than nothing.
I was trying to lend a helping hand, but no. Somebody's always getting in my way. Well, I won't have it.
All right, well, the thing about Hestia is I'm pretty sure hers is far less punishing than the other trials. It's just like Artemis was in Hades 1. Artemis was my favorite goddess to find, and here Hestia is my favorite goddess, and she's also the easiest trial, so we always take her second if given the choice. It feels kind of lame to like just absolutely disrespect the one that we respect wholeheartedly most of all. But it is what it is. She's a little bit scary to... She's very zoning for these, but if we ever get her legendary, she will be completely invalidated by her own trial, by her own boon.
Just a little steamed back there, but I am back to my usual, quite irritable self, thank you.
Just quite irritable just back to quite irritable instead of seethingly raging. Slow cooker. Glowing coal. Okay, glowing coal is what we want because that just works with our build so much. But I mean, attacks and specials gain power the more fire boons we have, and that would give us 10 base power, which works incredibly well when we have a double damage modifier on the attack. It feels kind of bad to turn this down, but glowing coal is just too good to pass up here. We want that boon more than anything, and we'll go for the money here. I think we can afford it, or we can risk it. I am unintentionally timing my dodges so perfectly, more consistently on these runs, so I guess it's not unintentional after all, but I don't know. It feels good. It feels real good to pull off some of the things that I'm pulling off on these runs. Here's a free mystery boon because we beat up our brother. Hooray.
It is I.
Hi, Hera. Forgot you were here.
We're not taking any chances, girl. For instance, we are not above having our blessings transported like common parcels, if in so doing we ensure your victory and ours.
So yeah, even better than the free 300 gold that Charon gives us in Hades 1 for beating him, we can just get straight up free boons from beating Zagreus. It's so worth it if we can manage it. Proper upbringing. Ooh, okay. Fine line would definitely be better here, but proper upbringing is kind of nuts. While you have at least 2 of all elements, everything is minimum rarity, which would affect our dash, would affect our cast, would affect controlled burn, which is a good damage up for us. Lethal snare, stutter step, so we dash more often. Yeah, we take this. As much as I want fine line, proper upbringing, just it's another future proofing of the run, you know? And Hestia, if you don't mind. Snuffed candle, flash fry, or pyrotechnic. We take pyrotechnic because we are stacking Scorch so fast. Doubling our Scorch rate is going to massively increase our damage, like even more so than I think Snuffed candle would, even though it's increasing all of our damage. I think just, I'm gonna do this.
They'll burn.
Yeah, they're gonna burn, all right. You are right, Mel. All right, let's test it on Eris and see what happens.
Not seen you here in a while, babe. And what happened to Typhon anyway? There's been no sign of him at all.
We broke him.
Typhon had to leave reality as we know it. Though, sorry, Eris. I suppose you didn't even have a chance to introduce yourself to him, did you?
My brain just went, imagine if she got a crush on Typhon, but that is not where the brain should go.
No, I didn't. Though if he's so easy to get rid of, maybe it's for the best.
Okay.
So what are you going to Olympus for anyway? It better not be some sort of feast, because I wasn't invited.
We'll give you some nectar back home if you're a good girl. Or just maybe not even a good girl, just slightly less annoying, frankly. Also, just a minor side note. In the bottom right, the jar next to the barrel, there's a little octopus-looking thing. It just looks like it's an octopus that's standing on two legs and then crossing, like, putting his arms to his side, like on his hips, and he looks mad. I don't know. That's what my brain is saying. Anyway, let's go beat up Eris. Look at all this delicious burning damage. Oh, you're still here? For some reason, oh my goodness, speaking of burning damage. Okay, Eris, fair point. You made your, oh my goodness. Wow, she just did like 90 damage in 1 second. That was not okay. I guess maybe don't stand point blank at the angry laser lady's face. Turns out if you look down the barrel of a gun, you're gonna have a bad time, I suppose. All right, so basically all it means is we really need to be a little bit more mindful about the damage here. I can't believe I lost a Death Defiance like that. I guess it's just a lesson of learning how to properly handle Eris, and that is don't stand in front of her face. Who would have thought that? All right, we killed her friends. Is she gonna summon more? No, okay, good. The part of my issue right now is that I can't actually see which way she's facing. I better not lose a Death Defiance here. Oh, hello. I panic pop my cast to get out of the range of that. All right, there's her next phase. Trying to take out her little projectiles if I can. More friends. Pop those friends if we can. I'm trying to take out her orbs. Her orbs are objectively a little bit scarier to me because they zone me, and I need to be... That was what honestly killed me in Skilla's fight, was that the lack of ability to dodge the attacks that were coming at me. So... should not be using my attack when I can just use my dash attack and then Omega Special. Well, there goes our second Death Defiance. Well, we're gonna go call Athena to the run, I suppose. This was a rougher fight than it needed to be, strictly speaking. Oh gosh. Panic popped my cast, not in a good spot here. Oh gosh. Okay, we need to finish her now. I think we got her. A little stressful here, just a little. We have strength cards, so I don't think we die, but still, this definitely could have gone better.
I'm just gonna fly back.
That is my penance for being confident going into Eris. But on the bright side, that is the boss. The boss is dead, and we're gonna take Athena into the next floor to hopefully get Death Defiances back, if not at least bolster our defenses a bit further. At least it wasn't Zagreus' fault this time. Honestly, Zagreus wouldn't have saved us from that. Eris just melts us with that laser if we're not careful. All right, let's see. Calling card. While at the Fate's Whim, you can verify Olympian blessings up to 2 times this night. Yeah, it's kind of busted. Fate's Whim is a mechanic where you don't have any rerolls, and you... I think there's one other thing, but basically you can't use rerolls for the run. Oh, right, you can't use God Keepsakes either. That's what it is. So you have to literally, everything that happens on the run is up to the Fate's Whim. I think it's a clever mechanic. It rewards you for letting the game dictate how the run's gonna go. Anyway, we are very gladly gonna take the Gorgon Amulet. Now, a question I have is if this levels up, can I see Athena a second time? I mean, it works with the other keepsakes, so I assume maybe, but probably won't level up on the sword. Nonetheless, we are gonna take it. It is a good defensive tool in theory, assuming Athena actually shows up and gives us what we need, which at this point is largely Death Defiances. I still think we have incredible damage. Blitz probably would out DPS this a little bit, but nonetheless. Okay, there's our second hammer or another Aphrodite. Honestly, hammer would offer us a lot of boon, but Aphrodite right now sounds really good for us because we could get spiritual affirmation and up our survivability a fair bit, and I think that is objectively the thing I need most right now is more survivability. Especially when we're down 2 Death Defiances, you know? Really would love to have some pets because they're like passive effects are really powerful, especially Tula when you're not as built up in the game. Just getting extra death defiances matters a lot. You just get an extra 9 lives with a kitty. Oh, hey Athena. All right, Athena, extra death defiances, please and thank you. Oh my goodness, we're getting a lot of stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and mine this. Hera. Behold your queen. Uncommon Grace. While none of your other boons are common, deal 15% more damage. Does this affect Scorch? Does extended family affect Scorch? I don't know how that works. I'm gonna just take the 15% damage up. Too good. Too good not to take. And then 310% damage on the special sounds really funny, but will absolutely destroy me. I was hoping for Spiritual Affirmation, but Shameless Attitude is really good for enough. We just got a 30% damage upgrade pretty much, as long as we're above a threshold. And, well, we're not above that threshold, so more on that when we get it, I suppose.
The amulet I gave to you. May it protect you and strike fear into the hearts of your enemies whenever I am not around to do the same.
Thank you, Lady Athena. The creature engraved on this, it's a Gorgon, isn't it? A guardian of some sort?
Him as her shield.
Oh, not exactly, no. More of a cautionary reminder about what happens when we gods are openly defied. Don't lose your head out there, cousin.
All right, please, 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 please. We did not get a Death Defiance refund. I could roll here, or I could take Divine Dash or Mental Block just to beta choice. I think I don't have enough confidence in how this run is going to guarantee that I'm going to survive the final area, so I'm going to roll for Death Defiances. Do I completely shoot our build in the foot? I'm going to roll one more time and hope. I can't roll again. So then Phalanx Shot would give us a layer of defense while we're charging up our special. Or Divine Dash. I'm going to take Divine Dash.
A safe choice.
It's always a safe choice, yeah. All right, HP we will gladly take, because the more survivability we get, the better. Now, the question is, I can't really tell where the experience on Gorgon Amulet is for when it's going to rank up. There is actually an incantation we'll get eventually that increases the rate at which things level up, and we definitely want to see that sooner than later. Not sure what its prerequisites are. We still have very solid damage, but Trick Knives is putting me into a little bit of a risky play style. I have Glowing Coal. Maybe I just kind of play further back and spam Omega Special until we're in a better spot. I can melt down things pretty quickly if I just play it safe. And we do have Pyrotechnic, so Scorch damage is burning very quickly. Maybe that... I think I have to change my playstyle a little bit just because we're a little bit at risk of losing the run if I play too aggressively here. We'll slow it down. We'll play it safer, if I remember. Anyway, so I'm not done talking about our lovely week. So I talked about the cleaning. The cleaning was certainly very satisfying, but the day after we cleaned, we made a mess of the kitchen. And by mess of the kitchen, I mean we basically spent the entire day baking and cooking. We made black bean brownies. We made a linguine with meat sauce. We made a quadruple batch of lemon blueberry mini loaves. And what was the fourth thing we made? Oh, we made our classic French bread with rosemary flavoring. There's a mini boss in there. It is an Aphrodite room, which means a high tier spiritual affirmation is on the table, and it is very tempting. But the risk here is actually not that bad. I can very easily kite the worm here, I think, and just play super safe. Like, play lame, win game here. The scariest thing the worm has on its repertoire of attacks is its melee range tail swipe, and as long as I'm not in melee range, it cannot use it. So we're just gonna play super safe and DPS the ever-living snot out of this sad little wannabe dragon. We haven't gotten many levels in Glowing Coal, so there's not a lot. It's honestly not a big portion of our DPS, but Scorch absolutely is. Look at it melt. Do we get a duo bone here, actually? Ooh, hello. So, Burning Desire is hilarious here because we apply Scorch so incredibly quick, and we have things afflicted by weak forever. So, plus double damage from Scorch from using Pyrotechnic, but Aphrodite's legendary, man. It's a hard choice between these two, but whenever you inflict weak, also inflict curses from other Olympians. 3 random curses, it adds up to so much extra damage. Both of these are incredible options, but I'm going to go to Nervous Wreck because we'll eventually need all of the legendaries. Selene showing up this late into the run. Honestly, she could offer Moonwater. I'll take it, but I don't really want it. I'm surprised that glowing coal hit that guy, but unfortunate for him, it did. All right, I need to remember my resolution of playing safe to win game, because we did not get any Death Defiances refunded. There's a decent chance Hermes still offers one in the final shop, but we have to make it to the final shop, right? And the summit is a scary place with many things that hit very, very hard.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
The oath of the unseen compels you to exceed your limitations, but do not give in to the temptation to spread greater fear than you are able to withstand. The vow of rivals is about not merely strength, but perseverance.
I'm not gonna get better at this game if I don't push the Vow of Rivals, so we're doing it. We're doing it, Selene. Let's see, Night Bloom. Okay, I remember Night Bloom being really fun. Darkside's awful. Phase Shift is not that amazing. Night Bloom it is. Your Hex raises the last susceptible foe slaying this encounter to fight for you for 12 seconds.
The dead shall rise.
If we get a certain Path of Stars, it can become permanent, which just makes it crazy. And the damage scaling on this is insane. Dionysus here is probably really good for us. Is there any way to see how many... There's no way for me to see how many more encounters we need on that keepsake before it ranks up, unfortunately.
Now, I don't even want to know what's happening out there.
Still feasting.
What's happening is here.
All right, Dio, give us something good, please.
Told my dad about this little gathering of ours, have you? Because we wouldn't want to have to pack it up and find some other secret spot. It's perfect here.
There's only one thing Dionysus wants to be packing, and it's certainly not his party.
I think Lord Zeus has far more urgent matters to consider than your never-ending feast, which I dare say would be even better if the legions of Kronos weren't about. The rest of the Olympians don't even know that this is going on.
Right you are, baby. Well, this is an exclusive gathering only for guests I know are going to be cool. Which can't explain how you keep stumbling upon it, but hey, details, right?
Are you implying that we are not cool? We just need some more Demeter in our build, I guess. I like how... I'm a little disappointed that Mel did not... that Mel let that slide. All right, so give up all your coin now, and after vanquishing the next Guardian, gain 400 more. That's an interesting one. I like that. It's a risk reward system, but I'm not gonna give it up. Bottomless Drink gives me an increased base power when I consume his grape juice for 9 seconds. These are all really weird boons. This one hurts me a little inside. Gain 70 to 100 max HP, but not know how much HP I have. I guess I could keep track. So we're at 132 right now.
Well, all right.
And we gained at least 70. We can fish in a swimming pool? What?
Here, little fish.
What happens? What do we get? I've never gotten an option to do this before. This is funny. Hold on. What do we get?
Caught out. Hey, a Philitol.
Okay, so it's still the same fish that you can get anywhere else, which is a little lame. I wish there was a specific fish for this area. You know what it should have been? It should have been a rubber ducky. That would have been really funny. All right, so let's assume we have 200 HP, so I can survive. I'll look at the numbers and remember that I have 200 HP.
Anybody need another round?
No, I don't. Thank you, Dionysus. Let's see. Oh, is this mid-shop, really? Wow, we got mid-shop. Another Hermes boon or a palm on something that could really bump our damage?
Such as these are no place for the boatman of the underworld, and yet his wares are curiously to be found, born here perhaps by allies that remain unseen.
All right.
Allies whom I certainly appreciate.
I think I want to make sure I can afford the end shop because I feel we're close to it, so I'll sit on that palm. Success rate. Do we have anything that we must because it's offered, but what do we have that success rate would affect? Let's see. Oh, okay. This would give us a 53% crit chance on the attack. That's kind of nuts. And then I guess if we got your attack has a chance to hit twice boon from Apollo, that would be pretty nuts too. I feel like that's it though, right? Yeah, that's it. I think Quick Buck is still the better option because we want to make sure we can afford a Death Defiance on the next floor if we can be offered one. So as funny as this is, I am going to take Quick Buck here. 130 coin means I don't care if we buy the palm here. Rapture Ring, Glowing Coal. or back burner. Not really the ones I want offered. I guess we'll put it on glowing coal. It's only 30 damage. None of these really appeal. I feel like back burner is a trap because I'm not going to be able to benefit from it against Typhon. So glowing coal it is, I suppose.
Feeling fine.
Okay, we are going to start melting enemies with our current everything that we have. Like look at that Trick Knife's dash attack. Just goodbye HP bar of enemies. Because if we get blitz, we just pop enemy HP bars immediately upon them taking any amount of damage from a dash attack, and we're applying 3 random curses every time we land our Rapture Ring on an enemy, which is very easy to do considering it's just a giant AoE, and somehow that enemy just took 1980 damage. I don't know how it did that, but I am very happy that it did.
Area clear.
Alright, I have to remember that I do have a Hex. I should use that. So we don't even see what we take in terms of damage or gain in HP. That's nasty. Okay. So we will never know our HP even if I count. Okay. That's nasty. That's really what's the word? I don't even know, man.
Did Hermes leave me this?
Free palms. Free double palm. Heck yeah. 140% more, or 140% damage on the attack. Thank you very much. We definitely take the we take everything here? Can I afford everything here? I can. Yeah, I can. Wow. Okay, we'll take Apollo first. Not that it particularly matters. Self-healing? Oh, see, this is what, like, if I had known this was going to show up, I honestly would have taken success rate. Having a roughly 50% chance to attack twice with our attack would make our damage scale ridiculously well, but it's fine. We'll take self-healing. There's nothing wrong with that. 30% HP regenerated every 5 seconds we take after taking damage is great. All right, let's see. Do we have a permanent? 500 more damage, 20 damage reduction by 20%. Okay, that's tempting. Is there a... There it is. Fights indefinitely for you for that location. We take that because that will help us through the boss fights. See if there's anything else appealing around here. I think, okay, we have to go that way, but what's over here? Cause your raised servants to appear within the binding circle. I can teleport my servant to my projectiles. That's pretty funny. But no, we definitely go this way to start. So growth, your hex automatically charges up 1 magic per second. Great. Your hex starts 40% charged at the start of a location. You deal 5% damage more after using your hex. Permanent servant. Servants do a ridiculous amount of damage, actually. This 10% is on top of a very high base damage. But honestly, our base damage is kind of what's crazy here. So I think we start building towards the damage reduction. If we get one more Path of Stars, I get a 20% damage reduction as soon as I get a Servant. So Servants deal 10% more damage, we'll see. And I'm going to take this armor. We have a lot of gold gain potential because of that Hermes boon we got. So I think it's just better to play it as...
The war is over, Titan. Drop the act. You still refer to Kronos as your master, and seem no less charitable towards the gods, despite now doing this for their sake, not just yours.
We're going to play as greedy as possible for boons.
You know as well as I that the conditions of your climb need to approximate your prior path if you are going to succeed. And I admit that the result I seek would otherwise not be possible. Thus, here we find ourselves.
As contrived as it is, I do recognize the fact that this decision to make things mimic how things were before does let them reuse the commentary or the dialogue with the characters that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, with the context of, well, the day is saved, why are we fighting, you know?
The result you seek involves me repeatedly beating you up. Perhaps all you really do want is a proper thrashing, under the guise of acting like some sort of savior.
Maybe Prometheus is just that kind of guy. He's actually a bit of a masochist.
I have extraordinarily high tolerance for pain. For such mockery, less so. Remember, we can both administer a thrashing here.
I mean, for a guy who lived a long time with an eagle eating his liver, I suppose, yeah, that makes sense. He is a bit of a masochist. All right, dodge the bird, throw the dash attack. Focus on dodging bird for now. Oh, hello, bird. All right, I think bird is gone. Now we just keep Scorch stacked on this guy as much as possible with glowing coal right back at him. Or he dashes right out of it. Cute of him. I mean, if you're gonna just let me do this for free, I'll go ahead and do this for free. I still haven't fully learned how to recognize when he does that move that he just used, the big AoE circle, versus his sweeping kick that launches a projectile. That's very scary to me. This should phase him. There we go.
Let's stay there in the middle path, or the lower path, perhaps.
2, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1. Gesundheit, Kiwi.
Enough of this.
All right, so we do build up Scorch on him extremely fast. Look at all that damage we just dealt. Still gonna focus on playing very safe here because, again, since I don't know where my HP is at, I really want to avoid taking hits as much as possible, but so far so good. No damage taken. Okay, here comes friends. We focus on evasion here. We're so fast he can't even aim at us. Oh, wait. I got his friend. Haha! Your friend fights for me now! And you're just gonna let me get all this free damage and okay, goodbye.
From the likes of you.
2. 1. 1. 2. 1. So 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. 2. 1. 2. I wasn't. Oh, what? Oh no. Oh, it's. I thought I miscounted. I'm so glad I had that armor. That armor actually blocked the hit that we would have taken otherwise. Okay, Bird is here. Running away from Bird. Running away from Prometheus. Everyone is angry and scary and just a little bit alarming. Glowing Coal doing damage. Oh, I'm lucky that missed. I wonder if I can use my Hex to dodge an attack, honestly. Maybe I don't find out. We only took 5 damage there. Why is our damage reduction so... Oh, Rapture Ring, of course. Okay, we have a lot of damage reduction, actually, before we even have that Path of Stars. We're pretty tanky.
These old wounds of mine, I once was stronger than this.
Spooky, though.
Who would have fought for you?
Probably Dora. Dora seems... Actually, no, Dora doesn't seem that fighty. Probably Nemesis, honestly. As yandere as she may seem, she probably likes us a lot. And I bet with story progression, she'll like us even more. Sandpeppy!
Now then, my girl, you know what to expect. Leap for the summit, all whilst I shall ensure you find the proper stream.
I like liquids. Okay, then. All right, let's see. So we're almost, one more run, and I think we'll have the Gorgon Amulet leveled up. What do we want here? Probably something for survivability, just to give us a little bit of an edge. I don't want to give up Strength card, though. I feel like this is a bit of a trap for myself, but it might be for the best. Play as safe as possible. Is there anything else that I could make an argument for? Knucklebones would be a really strong contender, actually. 5% damage just cut off from Typhon, and then 10% more damage reduction. Evil Eye for skill is kind of funny. A guaranteed Path of Stars isn't a bad option, but I don't think it's the right option for here. So it's either going to be... I think it's going to be Lucky Tooth or Knucklebones. I feel foolhardily confident going into Typhon. I think this is a mistake, but I'm going to take Knucklebones. It's about to level up anyway. We'll risk it. I think I can do this if I play well enough.
Refreshing, is it not?
It is. You have good streams.
Time to go.
Time indeed. All right, Kiwi, so let's finish my little story. So we baked 4 different things on one day, and we spent
Let's put your theories to the test.
We spent the entire time in that kitchen jamming out to Katamari music. It was so chill, there were immaculate vibes in that kitchen. Just loving every moment, having a ton of fun, just cooking together, which again, like I think a lot of our connections started over video games. I am so glad that cooking and baking has become kind of like one of the biggest portions of our relationship that we just consistently always find a reason to enjoy doing together. And I'm glad that there are other things like sharing books and of course video games, but crochet, crafting things in general, even cleaning and shopping, things that can be exhausting and feel like what normally are just chores that need to be done for service of ourselves, if nothing else, feel rewarding and satisfying. It's so nice. Don't trust that this thing isn't going to hit me, so I'm going to let a friend tank the damage. There we go. But yeah, very nice. Okay, there's a hammer with a mini-boss. There's a Hestia with a mini-boss. Could we see a Hestia boon that we really want? This guy moves so fast with our buffs. All right, hold on. Let us check. What could Hestia stand to offer us at this junction? Because objectively speaking, I think the hammer's the better option. We have so many... Our build is so strong that the hammer would just enhance it even further, especially for like base damage effects. Highly flammable, no. Glowing coal we've got. Controlled burn we've got. Snuffed candle we don't have yet, so that would be decent. And then fire away, we do not have smoldering, so I can't use that. Don't have Zeus. Freezer burn, no. Warm breeze is boring. Burning Desire would be pretty great if we got that. Incandescent Aura we can't get. And then Who am I forgetting? It's fine. I don't think... Aside from Burning Desire, I don't really think there's a lot that Hestia offers. Snuffed Candle and Burning Desire would be the best ones. Her duo with Apollo isn't bad, healing HP every time we dodge, but I think I'm gonna go over the hammer and hope that Hestia shows up again later. Oh goodness, these guys. Just immediately melt a fifth of his HP. That's normal. That's how this build is supposed to be. Glowing Coal auto tracks to enemies that I'm not aiming for, unfortunately. We're gonna summon a friend of yours to fight for us. Ooh, I wonder if I can summon... I bet I can summon one of the bosses after I kill it. Let's find out. This guy's chasing me. I'm gonna bail out, bail in. And I will go back to commentary in a second. I just feel like this boss deserves at least some modicum of attention because it can be quite spooky. But the scorch damage is just adding up so quickly. I see you, I dodge you, and I melt you. Oh, hold on. Okay, can I resurrect it? I cannot. Oh, that would be so funny if I could resurrect the mini boss. Whatever, easy peasy. Look at that trick knives damage. It's just disgusting. I love it. Okay. Anyway, so we baked. We were just jamming mostly to the first Katamari game soundtrack, and then we started getting into We Love Katamari soundtrack. We just found a like 160 something song long playlist. You channel your Omega Special 40% faster. Your last strike in your attack, don't care about that. 20 base power on the attacks. I'm gonna take this because it is a fated choice, but know that Sudden Flurry would have been hilarious here. Just 40% faster on our charge time for our strongest move. It is interesting that they can make mini bosses show up in trash mob rooms too. Maybe not fun. Funny is probably not the right word. Terrifying. Burn Palm.
To be unseen is to become as mist.
Oh gosh. Play foes without getting hit. Immediately spawns a Typhon. Rude. Okay, we haven't gotten hit yet by some... Oh my goodness, you're so fast. Oh, I didn't even see you. Jeez. Okay, well, should have summoned a friend. That's my fault. Oh well. We took a meaty hit. I don't know how much, unfortunately. So we get an onion.
I saw it through. Onion.
The good old red onion. I need to look up what the context for the red onion is, because it's in both games, and it must have some relevance in Greek mythology. Unfortunately, we do have a maximum range on our special, so even if I try to like go super far range, I'm not going to always be able to hit enemies with it, but it is. Wow, that guy dodged all of those hits. I'm kind of impressed. Dip, dodge, dive, and weave. There's our second Path of Stars. I think, honestly, we take that as fun as the palms would be. 20% more damage reduction just guarantees us the fight, frankly. And this should be a boss that we absolutely just melt ridiculously quickly, as long as it doesn't melt us. And Trick Knives probably destroys it, now that I think about it. Oh gosh, let's not stand in that. Yeah, look at all that damage that we've already dealt. Oh goodness. It's so chumpy. It's so chumpy. Big chumpy tail. What are you doing? Okay, you're doing that. We toss this out and just do our AoEs. I probably want to fire an Omega something just to block those damage. Okay, you're gonna chomp. I'm gonna... Oh gosh. Really? You only do 16 damage? Man, we really do have a substantial amount of damage reduction just at base. Strength Guard is like a 35% damage reduction anyway, so it's a lot. Okay, that did 25 damage, so maybe it's not as much as I hoped it to be. I should, just because I can have damage reduction of the highest order, doesn't mean I should depend on it exclusively to carry the run. Okay, we win. All right, so we took probably about 30 to 50 damage there. I don't know how much damage we've taken. I should be mindful of that fact. We still don't have a Death Defiance.
Retreated.
But this will afford us a 20% damage reduction as long as we have a Servant. So I just need to remember to do that. Raise Servants deal more damage. I deal more damage. I think at this point we take the I deal more damage. And it doesn't really matter at this point. 75% more attack speed on the Servant would be pretty busted. So we'll start building towards that just on the off chance we get a Path of Stars offered in the shop. I also have to mention that after all the baking that we did like 2 or 3 days ago, we also just made another cinnamon bun star. It's a snowflake. It's so beautiful to look at. Hey, remember when I said, what if a Path of Stars showed up in the room? Well, funny that. All right, so we take the 75 attack speed on the allied enemy. And then this is just a whole bunch more percent damage we deal, I think is probably best here. So 5% more damage, so we're up to 15, now we're up to 20, and now we're up to 25% more damage after using our Hex. We have so many damage modifiers. I'm gonna take Apollo first here. Extra dose, Supernova, Prominence Flare. Do I roll once and see if we can get his duo with Hestia? I think we do, because we have a lot of his good boons.
What else?
We do get it, actually. Yeah, oh my goodness, that's such a nerf if I took his special here. What a terrible boon for this run specifically. It's very good on other situations. All right, so whenever you dodge your daze causes a foe to miss, you gain 10 HP. That's going to amount to not a whole lot, but it's going to amount to something, and we like something. Buy the HP, buy the armor.
Too bad Pop's palace is shut down for now. Heightened security, something like that. You don't mind, do you? No need to dally over there, if you ask me.
Heightened security, that's probably not an intentional reference to Hades 1, but I do remember taking that very often and having to, what was heightened security? Oh, right, it made us take more damage from traps. It increased trap damage by like 5 times.
No, between us, I don't really mind at all. I can still keep up with the king and queen and all the rest by boon, and this means I can get back a little sooner on a good night.
See, that's exactly how I look at it. The sooner you get past that massive monster likely lurking behind that huge gate back there, the sooner you can rest up for the next one.
Then let's go.
All right. Quick cliff notes to the end of the story. Basically, it was wonderful getting to bake with you, cook with you, crochet with you, read with you. We got to see a friend of yours from childhood that came to visit. We watched the first half of the first episode of Deep Space Nine, and I expect I'm going to really enjoy that series. It's been a great week, and now I'm going to go bang my head against Typhon and pray to the gods and the fates themselves that I don't throw the run. But I definitely do not think I'm going to be able to continue that train of thought and fight Typhon at the same time, and then it's the Crossroads talk, so here we go. All right, so remember, Jeff, you do not need to go in melee range. Just spam your specials. And we just did 6,500 damage in one hit. I'm objectively not sure what just did that, but it must have been a curse of some nature. I mean, obviously it was a curse of some nature, but I genuinely don't know what just did that much damage. Oh, hello. Ah, that was nasty. I still don't have enough magic for our Hex. I don't like this enemy just zipping and zooming around me. Hold still, why don't ya? Or just, there you go, you fell into my cast, we're good. All right, focus on dodging, raise that guy to fight for us, and now we just melt this boss. But genuinely, was it like a ding-ding? Ding-dings aren't curses, so what was the curse that could have done that much damage? Blitz? I guess Blitz? Nah.
We shall be rid of you in time, monster.
Could it have been wounds?
Fight on.
I doubt it was wounds, but I genuinely don't know. But like, look at our damage. Look how much damage Scorch just did there, or something just added up to a total of like 7,000 damage. Okay, we are melting this guy. We really didn't have to worry at all, did we? I'm gonna let one of these summon and see what it becomes. Nope, never mind, it died. Okay, sorry, Typhon, you never stood a chance. My gosh, look at our damage. What is hitting? Oh, it's Hitch. Hitch is doing that green number, I think. I think that's the color of Hitch. Oh, Chin Slam. Okay, we have officially lost our armor, I guess. I'm not gonna play risky here. I thought about like face tanking some damage just for shits and giggles, but we don't need to face tank his face. There we go. My goodness, that Typhon happened so fast. Okay, we had a strong build. We had a strong build by the end of it. We had so many damage modifiers. My gosh. Double damage on Scorch, or well, double tick rate of Scorch, but still, it's effectively double damage for what we're concerned about. We did have Shameless Attitude activated, so that was 14% extra damage there. Well, let's actually take a moment to process like what were all of our damage modifiers here, and not forget that. What does allies mean? Oh, wow! In the little bit of time that we had Cellini's boon, we actually got enough damage off to outcompete Controlled Burn, which we had from the start of the run. Kind of nasty, crazy run. All right, let's see. So we had 14% more damage from that. And then if we were dealing back attacks, that's double damage, but let's not count for that. Although here's the funny thing, Trick Knives worked with Backburner because the way the special works is it flies forward and then flies back and it pierces. So it's a boomerang effect. It does so much damage that way. Okay, crit chance from the attacks was pretty nasty. 15% more damage if we didn't get hit. 100% more Scorch rate. 15% more damage from Uncommon Grace. So that's already 14. Let's round up to 30. 45. And then... there's at least one more, not counting the hex. Maybe that is it. Okay. But then also 30% from this. So we had a 75% damage modifier plus strength card, which gives you, I think, 25% more damage. On what is it? Origination, which gives you 50% more damage. Wow. We had a lot of bonus modifiers on this run. Disgusting. And then, of course, just the core of our damage, our special with Aspect of Pan. What a great run. Rapture Ring was absolutely the right trick, but I think we have to honor Trick Knives. We built around it and we built right. You never go wrong with Trick Knives on the daggers. Or the Sister Blades. I guess one is only a dagger.
Once more, no trace remains of our world's worst monstrosity, and the mere possibility that he could have wreaked further havoc on this mountaintop grows faint.
We'll leave nothing to chance.
Well, we definitely aided a bit against Eris, but my goodness did this build scale massively out of control. Thank you, friend who's just doing a little dance off in the distance with a heart and a little zoomy thing in front of you. I will see you again sometime. Next night.
Once more has the fierce princess of the underworld ensured that time flows freely forth, and in so doing, vanquished a foul remnant of her foe. The work itself can be quite rigorous, having to cross to other possibilities out of the singular reality we know. Thus the princess now feels ready for a nap.
Me too. It's 1:40 a.m.
Return to Shadow now.
I think it is in fact time for a nap. Or maybe one Katamari if Kiwi will humor me, but I understand if she wants to go to bed because we both have not been sleeping well.
That's more like it.
All right, Freenos, good RNG for the next run, please.
A satisfactory result that time, wouldn't you say?
Most satisfactory.
The House of Hades was so luxurious. Nice to have your own space, though.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of nice to move out of your house.
Dora, I have a favor if you're not too busy. My task means I no longer can oversee the renewal project around here. Would you attend to it?
Dora, you're going to become the house contractor. Hooray!
Wait, you're asking me to watch over the total transformation of this entire encampment into some ultimate haven for shades and outcasts?
Yes, let's make it an absolute haven for gremlin types like yourself.
I know I can count on you. I'll provide the materials. You'll be the main point of contact.
Okay, fine.
New decree. Crossroads Renewal Project. So now we can go up to Dora.
What shall it be?
And she conjures herself a hard hat. Excellent. Toadhead candle. Okay. We use a resource called Kudos, which we get by selling items to the broker. Basically any of our excess meta progression items. Granted, we're really not going to be having excess of those for some while, so decoration will likely have to take some
The fates were generous.
a bit of a burner for that, or whatever the phrase is. Lord of the Night, the daughter of the god of the dead shall rise beyond her station and prevail on a certain mountain peak whilst using each of the various nocturnal arms. Woohoo!
Each of the nocturnal arms shall make war in the heavens.
Got 4 testament for that, and I'm not going to use it fast enough for it to be relevant.
You really want to know the way things used to be, Trouble? Think about everything that gets you to come out of your tent night after night. Gets you fired up. What comes to mind?
Fireflies.
Sure. Those I care about are counting on me. And I wish to learn. To grow strong in body, mind, and spirit.
Inspiring. Now imagine having everything you want. So you're left wanting nothing at all.
Where's the strife in that?
No, I can't imagine that. So everyone besides you was self-indulgent and unmotivated. But now the roles are reversed, I suppose.
I feel like it is I don't know about gods, but certainly within mortal nature to never have enough no matter what they have, even if they do have enough.
You don't get it. Fine.
We are always left wanting for more.
You are welcome here and you are safe.
We can't clean up after Eris fast enough, Your Grace. From Thessaly. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you. But it all goes to Hestia in the end. Hestia is, after all, the bestia.
Are your attempts to scale the mountain of the gods less difficult, at least, now than before? The war with Kronos having ended surely must bring some relief.
Arguably, it feels more difficult, largely my own fault, self-imposed from the fear, but you know.
Well, on that front, not too much has changed as yet. Apparently, it's important for the stalemate between the Titans' legions and Olympus to persist, for sake of our cleanup efforts.
So then your fight continues as before, except without a burning vengeance for your family to compel you. What is the motivating factor now?
Self-indulgence, the constant urge to improve oneself, and the conclusion to our story, if nothing else.
Oh, where to start? I have some matters that I wish to see resolved, and just to see what happens, I suppose.
Well, I guess Mel and I are on the same page about that one. Moros, if you forgot, your sisters are missing.
I, too, increasingly have the desire to see that.
Fair enough. To my own doom I go.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, hi.
I'll be fine. I know those woods out there like the back of my, leg, I do suppose. I'm always grateful for your hospitality, great Titaness.
And you are welcome here and safe, Arachne. Now, I must beg your pardon. The matters that unfold of late require more of my attention than I'd like.
See, Hecate is in fact a Titan.
I truly understand. Then I'll get out of your hair. Farewell for now.
Farewell in turn.
I feel like the metric for Titans is just they are extremely tall, but then also I think Mel just might be really short because she's about the same height on Zeus, and Zeus is not a Titan.
I know what to do.
Earthly Fortune. Updated wretched broker to bestow kudos in exchange for recycling most surplus resource. I think we'll save on that because I'm really not going to benefit from that just yet. I hear Toppy getting the zoomies. Oh, let's go get our cattail and grow that. Increase our plots at long last. Well said, Hypnos. Odysseus is out as usual. All right, let us go ahead and get rich soil. Create 2+2 soil plots in the space next to the others near the grove. From Earth herself, the miracle of everlasting life may flourish, climate permitting. You mean Demeter permitting.
Moon, awaken verdant land.
Man, I could go for some Stardew Valley. I could go for a farming sim right now. If anyone is still listening to this and has an interest in a farming sim playthrough on this channel, let me know. Kiwi, I'm sure, would be absolutely interested in it, and that is enough for me. The mood to do it and the enjoyment of the game, if nothing else. Let's see. What do I want here? Spreading of ashes is kind of whatever. Surge of fresh air. We objectively need that, and we can afford it, so let's go get that fate fabric. All right, let's do that first.
Look at all this stuff.
Broca, if you don't mind, 2 fate fabric, please. All right, surge of fresh air causes Shrine of Hermes to appear in the space between each surface region. When traveling long distances, there are ways to make certain the god of swiftness takes notice.
Dark of chaos, light of moon, heed now my will.
Felt your words.
They resonated with her. They vibrated into her core, I guess. Let's see. Quickening of sentimental value. We need lures, and we get lures by unlocking the Rite of River Fording. But unfortunately, I am still out of cattail, so I guess that is going to be our priority number 1 here. Our priority number 2 there. And then Bounties of the Infinite Abyss. We should probably look for that. S-scales, I think, come from the underworld, so we'll be sending some runs down that. Returning to a real possibility. So this lets us relive the ending, but we actually got to see the true ending, I thought. So does this actually benefit us to complete? I don't think it does, but it's going to bother the heck out of me because it's an incomplete incantation. Oh well. We'll think about it. I'll look it up, I guess is really what I'll do. We always need more moon dust, so I'll go ahead and buy more moon dust. And then Nem, you've got something to say.
Hey, showed Eris, didn't you? Could hear her crying practically from here. Been far too long since last I kicked her ass myself. At least somebody's picked up the slack.
Aren't sisters great, Kiwi?
Perhaps all of those savage fights between you two contributed to her disagreeable nature. Or yours, for that matter. Unless you're certain neither one of you has changed a bit, in which case, what was all the fighting even for?
You've met her. She always liked picking fights. And you've met me. I've never liked backing down from them. As for you, go learn to take a compliment next time.
Oh, she threw a compliment at us, but we were too blindsided with our own assessment. That definitely sounds very accurate for these two. One picks a fight all the time, and one never lets it go away.
I must have missed it.
The spite and the fight. Alrighty. Maybe I missed the compliment too, because I don't remember her complimenting us, but maybe it was there and I'm whatever. All right. Oh, we're running it back with the black coat. So
Still not even a scratch.
can we use this new aspect yet? Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Nope. We need darkness and flux, which I don't even know how to get flux. I really don't actually want to run the aspect of Selene because 90 magic instead of 100 magic is still terrible. And man, I don't know. We'll do it.
Awaken.
We're gonna have our redemption arc with the aspect of Selene in the next run.
Awaken hidden power.
Did I upgraded it twice there. My brain does not process that I select it here and upgrade it here. It just wants it all to be from here, and so forgive me that I've messed that up yet again. This time, I'm going to recognize that aspect of Selene does not play like aspect of Selene until it's fully upgraded. So I'm going to make sure that I build around just base coat, which I've won in the past with, and nothing else. So with that in mind, base coat, I want something on the special. I probably go Zeus on the special. Hera could be decent on the special just to apply Hitch very easily. Ding Ding is never a wrong thing because that's how we got our first coat win. And of course Hestia, but I think let's set ourselves up for something strong. We're gonna max out the Zeus keepsake before anything else other than Luckier Tooth, which is not a surprise since it was our first keepsake we had in the run and nothing else for a while. All right, Kiwi, with all that said, let's say goodnight to Skelly and then say goodnight to us. It's me.
To victory, young one. But to earn the gifts of the Veil, one must conquer the underworld and the surface realms upon a fearful night each in turn. You up for it?
A little bit.
For the glory of the underworld and the everlasting rule of night, I would do everything in my ability. Whether that makes me worthy of the gifts of the Veil, I know not.
Come on, what kind of attitude is that? You did the surface already, now you just gotta do the underworld and the gifts are yours. First one of them, at least. Come on, do it.
He's definitely egging us on to see what's under those magnificent curtains.
Okay.
All right, my good Shade.
For always believing in us.
He does. That is the best Shade in the game. Except for Dora. Dora is a Shade, I guess, so technically Dora. All right, Kiwi, with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you are sleeping, I hope you are sleeping well. It has been a delightful week, and I'm looking forward to many more to come. With all that said, though, I love you, and I will see you in the next one for more Hades 2.
Right where the solar plexus used to be.
Oh, that's Kiwi's favorite spot to punch me in. She does it unintentionally, but it's at the perfect height, and it knocks my breath out every time. Good job, Kiwi.